friends, I have a really quick and super fun technique to share with you. So I'm just going to jump right on in. Now I am using one of our new background stamps in the 2017-2018 annual catalog from Stampin' Up. So this is our canvas background, and I'm also using a decorative masks from our one of our decorative mask sets. So I'm going to be using this one right here because it's just so cool. So I have a piece of shimmery white cardstock, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4, and I am going to start by inking up my block with some crumb cake. So I find when I'm inking up these big stamps, I prefer to ink on top rather than going like this per se. It's a lot easier, I find, just to ink it up with the stamp like this. All right, that's good. So now I'm going to grab my shimmery cardstock, and I'm going to position that right on top of the stamp, and I'm not going to worry about the edge too much. I just want that pattern. So I'm just placing it right on top and putting a piece of computer paper over that and giving it a little rub. And I find I get nice, even coverage when I do it like this with these big stamps. Give it a little love, give it a little rub. All right, that's good. Now we're going to peel this off. Oh, pretty, pretty canvas. Okay, and just so you know, for this technique, you can use any background stamp that you like. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of snail behind that, just so that that stays, I'll actually put it this way, so that stays onto my white piece. Then I'm taking my mask, and I'm just trying to eyeball lining it up center on all 4 sides, and I think that's good. So I'm going to grab some handy dandy tape and just tape that stencil into place. All right, excellente. The next part is taking some of my ink. I'm using the Berry Burst, which I love this color. I'm taking a Stampin' Sponge. Let me move this out of the way here so you can all see what I'm doing. And I'm inking this up with my sponge. And now I'm lightly going to go over this entire mask with this ink. Just going in little circles. And you could make this portion, this sponging portion, as light or as dark as you like. Maybe around the edges I'll go a little bit darker. And in the center, maybe I'll go a bit darker too. If you wanted to, you could even add more colors in there, but I'm going to keep it at that. And now I'm going to take off my mask, remove that tape. And look what we've got. Isn't that pretty? Really, really nice. Okay, now I'm taking my early espresso and another sponge, and I'm just going to ink around the edges of this whole piece. Just kind of going in circles now on the corners. You see how pretty that is? I love it. All right, now let's finish the card. So I have a piece of Berry Burst, 8.5 by 5.5. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add some gold, which I think I put it around there. So I'm going to add a little bit of snail just to kind of hold that down. take a glue dot and we'll position that right there. And this is going to kind of act as that third finger, which will hold this knot in place for me. Just like that. And then tie my knot. Trim that. And then this is going to get layered onto my card with some snail adhesive. I'm actually going to put the bow on this side. Normally I would have the bow close to the crease, but I'm going to kind of be wild and crazy today. Alright, I have no idea what I'm doing next to the card, so I'm going to think about it for a second because I'm just winging it. I just knew I wanted to show you this technique, so now I'm going to finish the card and figure out how the heck am I going to finish the card. I've decided I'm going to use one of my dragonflies. The detailed dragonfly thinlits are wonderful. So let's put a dragonfly on here. I think we'll go with that size. Okay, I've got my multi-purpose platform and I've got my plastic plate, so I'm going to set that down. And I have some beautiful gold glimmer paper. I'm going to stick that on there and put my dragonfly on that to cut it out. Put the other plate on top and just crank it through. Okay, I'm actually going to show you that that didn't cut right through, and I think it's because I didn't use the precision platform. So let's get that out. Okay, so to use the precision platform, I have the multi-purpose platform pad that comes with the Big Shot, and I have all the tabs closed, and now I'm putting my precision base plate on top of that. I'm going to stick this on there, and then my plate, and you'll see the difference. This is why that precision base plate is so good to have. I just never even thought about it, of course, because there's so much detail in this thinlet. This is what you want to use for those detailed thinlits. And now it has cut right through. So that makes a big difference, that precision platform, when you're using those detailed dies like that. Okay, so now I've got my die brush. I'm going to pop this guy out, put it on my foam, and just roll those little pieces, those bits and pieces right out. And any little pieces that don't pop out, you could use your tip of your scissors or your paper piercing tool, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, I've also decided I want to cut out this shape, which I did on early espresso cardstock. Because you see, that's going to help make this pop out better on this card. Because if it was just like that, it kind of gets lost. So I'm just going to add a little bit of snail. And then just position this right on top. It fits right on perfectly. Okay. And then that really helps make it pop off the card. Alright, so I've got my dragonfly, and now it's time to create a sentiment, which I'm going to stamp on another piece of shimmery white cardstock. And I'm using the Bookcase Builder, and this is a set that I think could be overlooked, but I think this is going to be a great set to use with the At Home. Let me show you that stamp set. I actually bought this because I thought, oh, I could put different things on the wall next to the door that I stamp or cut out, you know, can you imagine this on the wall, or make some banners, or make a little table with a lamp. So I think this could be a really fun set to use with this. I just haven't had a chance yet, but that was my main reason for buying this stamp set, the Bookcase Builder. However, there are some phenomenal, wonderful stamp sentiments in here. So we're going to use Thank You for Being My Friend. So let's grab that. Peel that off. Now I am actually going to stamp this with my early espresso. I'm going to stamp it because I'm going to make this into a little banner. I'm going to stamp it right about there. Isn't that a pretty script? And it's totally crooked. Fantastic. Okay, let's flip that over and do it again. There. Bit better. Okay, so I've trimmed that up. And I'm going to create a little banner on this end. There's the crooked side. Nobody will ever know. I'm just going to layer that on a piece of Scrap Berry Bliss. And then I'm going to go trim that end off. Okay, so that's trimmed. Now I'm going to add the banner on this layer. So I'm just going up the center and then from corner to corner. So it's nicely framed. Pretty. Okay, so let's add some snail. And I think I'm going to put, this is the tough part, figuring out where I'm going to put everything here. So I think I'm going to put this right across from this bow, this knot I should say. Okay. Then I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals because I want to raise my dragonfly. So as you guys have probably figured out, I have like an idea when I'm doing a card, such as this background, and then the rest of it is totally winging it while I'm filming it. I don't know if that's brave on my part or crazy on my part, but keeps it real anyhow, right? Alright, so I've got that little bit of dimensional there, and it's showing a little bit around the head, so I'm going to trim off a little bit. These paper snips, by the way, I think they're about 15 years old. I think I got them when I bought my starter kit from Stampin' Up! And they're still good, but of course I've been using them on everything, so they get a little bit sticky and a little bit dull. So last month I got a new pair, and they're so stinking sharp. They're amazing. I love them. I love that little fine tip point. I absolutely love the paper snips. And guess what? You can get these free in our starter kit during July with the bone folder and a snail adhesive and a whole pack of Stampin' Grid paper and 2 of these D blocks. So those are bonus gifts. Oh, and a Christmas stamp set that's coming out next month is also in the July starter kits for free. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so I've got my dragonfly ready to go. So now let's stick them on the card. How about there, right in the center? No, because it's hiding the banner. Maybe we'll go down a little bit. I kind of like it going that way though. So that's what I'm going to do, right like that. There. Ta-da! It's done. I don't know if I should add anything else or not. Well, I can add some paper for the inside for my sentiment, which of course would also look really pretty. Actually, let's just see if there's any ink left on this. Let's experiment. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. So we got a nice soft little canvas background on that. And put that right in the center so I could stamp and write my message. And there you go. Isn't that fun? So try that background technique. Use different stamps for your background, and then just take a decorative mask and sponge on, and just imagine the possibilities. You could actually, when you're sponging, you can sponge with Versamark and then you can emboss. Oh my gosh, see? Now my mind is starting to click, 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 and I just want to stamp, stamp, stamp. So anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's card. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Isn't that kind of fun when you have an idea and you're not really sure how it's going to evolve, and then you're actually happy with the end result? It's a real bonus. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Happy stamping.